evening or morning or wherever the hell you are. This is Hughes Coxworth. This is Hughes with the news. This is one of our special election editions. I get an election about every 30 days. What the Chinese fella said. Yeah, somebody said, hey, you know, over in China, you guys don't have free elections. He said, I have free election last night. You like that? It's stupid, it's political, and it's racist too. All in one like a Snickers bar. So many flavors. The saltiness of the nuts, the creaminess of the caramel, and the cheesiness of my jokes. How you doing? You all right? You still alive? You surviving? How do you like inflation? Don't worry. Like some things in life, it gets bigger. Hey, okay, you don't like it. All right, our next story. Hopefully you don't like this one either. The ad said, babysitting. Well, there's a woman in Nashville, Tennessee. She has been answering an ad for babysitting. Different people have ads for babysitter. And each one of these kids suffered horrible injuries, being crushed, almost completely killed, because this babysitter had a way of getting the kids to settle down. She'd actually sit on them. That's right, Maybelle Williams of Nashville, Tennessee. When the kids would get too loud, she'd say, come over here, and she'd sit on them. And her lawyers contending that the people knew that they had hired a babysitter, and her definition of that is someone who, when the babies don't behave, you sits on them babies, and they behaves, or they passes out due to lack of oxygen. Okay, another news story for the trash heap. Have you seen them hurricanes? They're all over the place. There's a yeah, there goes one right down there. There goes one, climate change. The hurricanes are going all over the place. Oh, and seagulls as well. It's upsetting the ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there's a hurricane. Let's shut up. Hurricane Chillyville. Hurricane Chillyville started right near the Yellowstone caldera. It's the only hurricane that's ever started out there in Wyoming. It's sort of an anomaly. Now, with this hurricane, it picks up all kinds of things. It picks up cars, picks up cars, houses, children. It picks up tourists, things like this. It's been picking up people from different states nearby and dropping them in to Yellowstone Park. Well, this actually has been pretty good for the park because it's increased the number of tourists. Okay, they didn't want to be there, but it picked them up and it dropped them off into Yellowstone. Of course, a few of them fell into Old Faithful, and they got a nice hot shower, which resulted in third-degree burns. That's a lot of fun for you, huh? All right, fine. Anyway, La Brea Tar Pits, California, has been advertising their tar pits for therapeutic use. You know, very few people out there in Los Angeles want to see a big pit of tar because they can't tell the tar pits these days anymore. Different than downtown LA, those big pits of tar-looking material downtown. So anyway, people have been paying money to have a rope wrapped around them, and they get dipped into the tar pits, covered with tar. And it has special therapeutic value because of the sulfur content. It's very nice, and these people, of course, they get really sticky afterwards. And there's a whole shower thing to shower them off. Go out there to La Brea Tar Pits and get dipped in tar. There was one guy they lost though. They don't know where he is. He'll make a nice fossil, a 300-pound guy who had a breathing trouble, but he's probably going to die anyway. So that's all right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, there's been an anchovy eating contest out there in Morro Bay, California. There's been a lady, oh yeah, her name is Lillian. Lillian has been the anchovy chomping champion out there in Morro Bay, California. She ate 432 of them anchovies, the live ones. You know, they bring them in live, and they tie your hands behind your back, and she was eating them anchovies and whatever. And she's going to work her way up to sardines, and by next year she'll be deep-throating a barracuda. So stay tuned for that. You ever see that? Yeah, she deep-throated barracuda. All right, you don't like that story either. Getting a little lame, but we're getting more turgid right now. You know, getting better stories as they develop. Hey, by the way, science, you know, genetically modified stuff, has genetically modified bananas, so that what you can do is you can have something that looks like a banana, and inside it's something else. They've got bananas that you can peel them back now, and the inside is a knockwurst, or inside is a Hostess Twinkie. Well, it's not made out from Hostess, it's like a Hostess Twinkie. Or you can peel it back, and it's a soft pretzel, and they genetically modify it, but you never know what's going to be in that banana. So you get a bunch of bananas, and each one, as you peel it back, it's something else. I peeled one back, it was a dill pickle, and I began to eat it, but then I spit it out. You know why? There was a vein inside. Yeah, I don't trust technology, you know, till it develops. There's a lot of people these days, you know, they've been depressed, and they're trying to figure out what to do about it. So what they've been doing is they've been having babies, you know, because they were depressed about something. And now it cured their depression, but it made them depressed about having babies that they couldn't afford. Isn't that terrible? How about, isn't that, but you're still depressed, but you're depressed about something really beautiful that you could help it grow up and become as messed up in the head as you. Wouldn't that be great? And you can also blame your problems on it, because if it wasn't for you, I'd be rich. If it wasn't for you, I could have gone to beauty school, you know?
That or the politicians.
Or the politicians. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lady in Cleveland, Ohio, and she was hit by a car, and she was a horrible bag lady, and she was so ugly, they didn't think they could save her life, so the ambulance took her to a beauty school, and the beauty school figured, well, we got a corpse who could work her, and they worked on her, and she looked really good. They shaved her eyebrows, you know, and they colored her hair and everything. And she started to wake up. She didn't die. And her immune system kicked in. She's doing really good right now. Now she's doing seminars on how to feel better about yourself. So if you're a bag lady somewhere out there in any major American cities, try to get hit by an ambulance, and when they get you and they say, what hospital would you like to go to, just say, just take me to the nearest beauty school so I'll feel better about myself if I survive. I'm just saying that. I'm not telling you to do that. Actually, I did tell you to do that. Oh, shit. Well, I look forward to your lawsuits.